So earlier this month, or maybe 2 months, depending on when I get this out, I was playing against Jevil, since I haven't played against him, and only did it with Spamton. And holy crap, it was hell. But I beat him nothingless and moved on until I saw several comments aka one saying Jevil is easier than Spamton. And now here we are. But that leads into a question. Is Jevil actually harder than Spamton? Well, let's go into it, starting with reasons as to why Jevil might be harder than Spamton NEO. Reason 1. Spamton gives you a fucking gun, meaning you somewhat have control of what bullets hit you. That is if you know how to aim. But with Jevil, you don't have that, so you have to press the effort button and say good luck, especially with how crazy Jevil's bullets are. Reason 2, Jevil's more randomized than Spamton's, meaning you have to become a mini Toho fan just to dodge the bullets. Jevil's bullets come from all sides, while Spamton's usually come from the right with some exceptions. And it makes sense. Spamton's usually comes from the right, so that you can use the gun mechanic. You know, like how Metaton's attacks usually come from the top. Reason 3, Spamton literally gives you free health. But what about this move that gives you health? Nope. Spamton's free health costs you nothing. No TP, no turns, nada. You can literally heal using Spamton and cut his strings in the same turn. Reason 4, Spamton gives you a free turn. Jevil doesn't give you that. He gives you a cooldown phase, yes, but not a free turn. Reason 5, the final attack. Like, you cannot look at this attack and say that Spamton is harder. His final attack is literally his attack from his first fight and then moving slightly up and down. What's Jevil's? Reason 6, if you're going to do pacifist, then good luck, cause only Chris can act. Like, let's put it into perspective. If Chris dies in Spamton NEO, it's okay, cause Susie and Ralsei can still cut the strings and progress the fight. If Chris dies in Jevil, you're fucked, because without Chris, you can't progress the fight. So you have to spend a turn healing Chris, just to continue. Reason 7, this move. On one hand, yes, nothing can happen, or you can be healed. On the other hand, Jevil's next attack causes more damage or worst-case scenario. Especially on low health, everyone's health bars get switched around. And it doesn't help when Chris ends up with Ralsei's health. But there is a strategy with this move where it has a 9-turn rotation system, where the turn affects what effect it'll have. Because of this, you could have 3 strategies. 1, you pirouette all the way through. 2, you hypnosis. Defend, hypnosis, defend. 3, you hypnosis, then use pirouette while defending. Problem with this is that it assumes you don't get low on health. And here's the thing, pirouette comes with 2 trade-offs. On one hand, you pacify him, but it's slower, and it comes with a effect plus. You have to keep track of what turn you have just to use certain effects. But with Spamton, you don't need this kind of strategy building, since 2 other characters can do the same move, and it comes with 1 trade-off instead of 2. Reason 8, armor, but specifically, the frayed bow tie and the mannequin. Where the frayed bow tie reduces damage by 15% and the mannequin reduces damage by 35%, but specifically against Task Manager, and more importantly Spamton NEO. Something that Jevil doesn't have. You don't have any equipment that can defend against Jevil other than like what? An Ember card. Cool. Now, normally, I would have ended it here, but you guys on Tik Tok took the time to comment your opinions about who's harder. By the way, that's where you can find the original version of this video if you want to check it out. And oh boy, you guys made sure to comment. So let's talk about that. By the way, just so that we are clear, I haven't played against Snowgrave Spamton NEO, so take any opinion I have with a slight grain of salt. So what makes Snowgrave different from a normal Spamton fight? And at first, there's really nothing. bullet pattern seems to be the same. You still get a free turn. But then you look at your team and see only Chris. It makes sense. The whole game thus far is built on teamwork. From Ralsei telling you to work together, to getting Susie to get along with you to able to seal the Dark Fountain, to the legend telling you how it takes 3 heroes to prevent the world's end. And yet, you go out of your way to go against that. You break bonds, you break friendships, just to become stronger. And the gameplay reflects this. You play with a team the majority of the time, never fighting alone for a long time or for something important. Hell, you normally close the fountain with Susie. But then, you fight against Spamton NEO at the fountain in a route where you destroyed everything to become stronger. So it makes sense that you fight alone with Chris at the fountain. And by extension, it reflects in the gameplay. Because you fight alone, the difficulty spikes dramatically. The game is designed around working with a team, which is why Snowgrave seems harder. While you only have Chris to act in Jevil's fight, you still have Susie and Ralsei to heal, defend or fight if you're going neutral or genocide. In Snowgrave Spamtons, it suddenly becomes more about strategy. Can you afford to attack this turn, or should you defend and use X/next turn? I think that's why some people find it harder to fight Snowgrave Spamton. Some can manage to fight without a team, while others adjusted to the core idea of the game, which is having a team by your side. So how does he fare against Jevil? Honestly, I'm not really sure. If we're talking about the OG Spamton. You know, the one you find in a basement, you give a loaded disc and he goes, "Graw, I'm gonna kill you, kid." Then yeah, no shot, he's easier than Jevil. But if we're talking about Snowgrave Spamton, then I say they have equal footing. It might depend on what you find to be more difficult. Do you find bullet patterns to be difficult, or playing as a single player? Who knows? Certainly not me. Hey, if you liked this video, please feel free to follow my other social media or maybe subscribe. I make some cool stuff sometimes, but I make just as cool stuff on my Instagram, my Twitter, my TikTok, and my Tumblr. Oh, and thank you for watching. See you all next time. Later.